And we are live. It looks like there's a counter. Hey everybody, thanks for being here. I'm happy to be here. Oh, name tag is already up, but if you didn't know, we are Real Estate Talks. And I want to thank you for being here. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion about the housing market, what's going on right now. Is there going to be any sort of discrepancies that we should be aware of? We're going to go over a little bit of that. So we kind of have a great show for you today. This is the thumbnail. So let's go ahead and jump in. The real estate market, as it looks right now in the United States, is in a little bit of a tight spot. We are heading into, by all means, a level of suspension and incredible confusion on where to make the right moves. The market needs to correct itself, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. A market correction is necessary. You look at right now, houses are going way above asking price, paid in cash. It's hard for the everyday American, the little guy, to catch up, and that's something that we don't want necessarily long term. So, what's gonna happen is the market is going to correct itself. Interest rates are already adjusting, and if you're smart, you can probably make some moves necessary right now to find a particular housing situation, but it's really tricky. You know, I talk to people regularly, they don't know whether to buy, they don't know whether to rent. Even renting prices are very high. Getting into rental spots that are optimal are really hard and in between to get into. There's different things you want to look for as an investor if you want to do real estate, and there's a lot of options for real estate. You can do real estate and run a Roth IRA where that could be an investment into your retirement. It's get a custodial service to manage it, and you just kind of let that appreciate, which is great. Real estate is a great hedge against inflation, and it's a great way to make your income. I've heard a statistic. I need to do my due diligence to look into this, but I've heard it multiple times. 90+% of all millionaires made their first $1 million doing real estate. I also have heard recently that real estate shouldn't necessarily be the thing that makes you money. It should be the thing that helps your money grow. So if you're struggling, if you're making under maybe 30,000, 40,000 a year, and you don't know exactly what to do, maybe using real estate to build your fortune might not be the best option. Maybe to have another hustle, maybe you can get that closer to 60, 70, 80,000 a year, then real estate would be a great option. But ideally, you're going to want to understand a few things about real estate, whether it's conventional loan or FHA loan. These are going to be loans that the banks can provide interest for you and help you, but you want to keep an eye on some of these loans, because if you decide to pay off early, there are some penalties depending on your loan, because that's where the banks make their money back. It's going to be in the interest. So they took on the risk. There's a good chance that they're going to want to utilize a part of the collateral, which is you owning the house with interest. So if you cut them out, you essentially cut out the middleman. A smart move, but banks can foresee this, so you want to understand what you're signing up for and what you're getting into. The housing market itself, if you are looking into it as an investor, what I would recommend is something I do myself as a homeowner. You're going to want to looking into properties that may be a really good deal, even if they're not in your area, whether that's a virtual property or you're teaming up with someone, there's a project manager involved, there's a realtor involved, and you have eyes on a property maybe in a different state, but you have the capital to put in the money. Maybe you can rehab a place and throw in a little bit of extra money into it. The banks can appraise it. After that appraisal, say maybe the house doubles in value, you can take up to 70, 80% of what the banks gave you initially, and then for the loan, and then you can rinse and repeat, do that again. There's different forms. I think that's called the Burr method, or I have to double check. But there's different things you can do to really get ahead in real estate. So this is why it's something that I highly recommend that you look into and you really take rather serious in the sense that it's not necessarily going anywhere. People are always going to need a place to live. So real estate's a good idea to have a tangible asset, one you can touch. There's insurance if something happens, you can be covered. Real estate's there's a great handle on the abilities to make profits in real estate. So I highly recommend looking into it. When it comes to some of these loans, ideally you want something feasible. If you think about it, there's always ways to make more money, ways for you to gather more money. Um, whether it's a side hustle, whether you're working more overtime, whether you team up with someone and you exchange a little bit of equity or ownership for a little bit of the capital, promises to pay, um, external loans. There's a lot of different options to gather the capital. One cool thing about real estate, much like Rolexes, I really like watches, and watches appreciate. Real estate appreciates finally, particularly in states like I live in Southern California and Los Angeles County. So real estate out here is hard to come by, but if you do find yourself in a real estate situation, you can really watch your home appreciate and you can do well. So there's a lot of good opportunity in the housing market, even though right now it's in a bit of dismay. Granted, there's a lot of information you're going to find on the media that's going to not necessarily be wrong, but a lot of times the media can be really exaggerated and calls for a big spell of concern and disdain for what is without knowing exactly what is. So what I do and what I try to do is look at all the facts. There's going to be common interest, of course, and sometimes we won't even know what it is. They might, for example, someone telling us something might want us to believe something for one reason, and it might be not necessarily in our best interest to believe it for that reason. So I guess what I'm trying to say is do your due diligence. Nothing's really hidden from you. It's just not being told to you. So if you do enough digging, you can connect the dots and you can pretty much figure out where you can get yourself the best offers or at least get in circles with people that know how to do this. And that's probably my biggest advice in this video about getting in circles with people that know how to do this stuff. That I can't say that enough. And that's something that I've been doing. I highly recommend it because real estate can be really tricky, but it's not that hard. It's not rocket science. But if you get yourself in touch with the right people that can help you and guide you, you can really come up big. And that's what I would hope that you do and thrive in. So thank you for watching this video. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're going to have some guests on the show. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And we will be back with more information for you soon. So thank you so much and be well.